You are listening to Larry Conners, USA.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
This is Larry Conners USA. Larry Conners USA.
I woke up this morning, got myself a gun. Mama always said I'd be the chosen one.
President Trump's lies led to a bloody, deadly insurrection. Why would they ever let him back on to peddle more of the crap?
There are a lot of members of this board that are free speech advocates, First Amendment absolutists in some cases, that are going to make an argument that these platforms should not be in the position of making these choices at all. If Trump is brought back on Facebook, it'll likely be for those reasons.
They would likely be for those reasons, as you mean the First Amendment? That's Brian Stelter of CNN and Allison Camerlata or something like that, a news anchor. Why would they let Trump on to peddle more lies? Other liberals have been saying, why would we let Mussolini be on the radio? I mean, they stretch it so far all the time, saying Trump is the one who exaggerates and lies. All of this, of course, tied to the decision yesterday by the Facebook Oversight Board, which was created and put in place by Facebook to supposedly police it and make sure it was done properly and so forth. And if they removed anybody, they had just cause, they were fully transparent. Well, the board said you didn't do any of that. You violated your own rules. But we're going to give you another 6 months to figure it out. So in the meantime, yes, Donald Trump is banned from that platform, and other social media outlets are doing their own. And the fallout continues. Keep in mind, progressives at this point are doing their very darnest to transform our nation. It should be good to note, I say it should be good to note, that today is National Day of Prayer. President Biden signed that declaration, that resolution earlier. And I do believe the nation could use a lot of prayer. But there are a couple things that Biden has done regarding the resolution and the National Day of Prayer, which was not exactly what Harry S. Truman had in mind when he signed the first resolution for our National Day of Prayer. We'll get into that a little bit later. There is a battle inside the GOP party. The focus now on Congresswoman Elizabeth Cheney of Wyoming versus Trump. But is the battle really just the personalities between the two of them? Or is it Cheney's anti-Trump agenda? And Trump has already come out and said for leadership in the GOP, the House, he said, I'm going to go with Stefanik of New York. And it's pretty amazing to watch the liberal media suddenly fawn over and praise and lift up Liz Cheney. She is, of course, the first daughter of former Vice President Dick Cheney and his wife. But the question is, again, is it just personalities between her and Trump? Or is she really doing anything good for the GOP? There's an interesting analysis. We'll get into that for you. You know, there are numerous cases where we keep hearing calls to defund police. The governor of Florida is doing something above and beyond. I absolutely love it. I applaud it. Governor DeSantis said we are not going to listen to this defund police in this state. He said we're going to give every first responder, 174,000 of them in Florida, a $1,000 check. He said we're going to help fund the police and reward them, and not just the police, the firemen, all first responders, for everything they do for our community. I think that's outstanding. There are numerous black Americans, Democrats, that say Obama did not do enough for them, that he failed, in fact, for some of them. They expected a lot more, certainly in Chicago. They expected more than a free Obama phone and the false rhetoric. We will have shovel-ready jobs when, in fact, they were not ready, and Obama kind of laughed about it. And I'm looking and thinking now, with everything Biden is doing, trying to appease the progressives, and then once he's shoved aside and VP Harris becomes President Harris, you watch how fast things escalate at that point. So against that backdrop, with everything Biden is doing now already, what the progressives want to do for our nation as a whole, and what their plans are, riddle me this. Don't get angry with me. Don't get angry. I want you to hear this out. Riddle me this. Did you ever think, I wish we had Obama back? That's coming up in the next segment. Lock and load. Ready on the right.
You can hear podcasts of this program at Larry Connors USA Facebook. Larry Connors USA Facebook.